Ian, why does being a fan of anime carry a negative stigma?
I'm not sure that it does so much anymore, or, I mean, maybe it does. I've got some ideas. Back in the day, it carried a negative stigma simply because it was the domain of nerds and dorks in school. I was one who watched it. Didn't matter what kind of message the anime was sending, didn't matter what it was about, didn't matter whether the tone was serious or goofy or whether it was legitimately funny or not. If you watched anime, you were automatically a nerd or a dork. And that carried a big negative stigma to it. Modern times, anime, I think, overall, is watched by more people and is more socially acceptable as a hobby than it ever has been. I think where some of the stigma comes from, though, is a lot of the anime that is coming out now, and believe me, there's plenty of good stuff, but so don't fucking flay me in the comment section. But a lot of it is very cheesecakey, fluffy, lacking in substance, very much focused more so than ever on big googly eyes and, you know, the jiggling boobs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I think I think whereas back then it was a domain of dorks regardless of what it was or how serious of a theme it tried to carry. In modern stuff, I think a lot of outsiders who don't watch it only see the fluffy stuff and think that people are wasting their time on something of no substance, which isn't true, but I think that's what's at the forefront of anime. That's what's most obvious.
Are we included? We throwing like the manga in there, like the?
No, we're talking anime.
Just straight anime. Okay. All right. I don't see it, I guess, as much. Or, I mean, where do you see the negative stigma actually?
I've only seen a negative stigma recently. Like, recently, there seems to be some sort of negative stigma again.
What's the stigma? That you're just sort of immature, or
you're kind of immature, or that sort of thing, or you're shut in, that sort of thing. It's something that is perceived to be enjoyed largely by that gamer culture that is also shunned, that are, you know, basement dwellers, that sort of thing. I think.
Could there be a negative stigma because a lot of the anime has to deal with like girls that are semi-naked that could also look like they're underage?
I already said that a lot of it is that the perception that even though there's plenty of anime that tackles mature or real issues or tries to say something, the stuff that is most popular, or the stuff that is most commercialized, is the more cheesecakey exploitive stuff.
Yeah, well, but I'm going to take it a step further where it looks like it can be like riding a really fucking fine razor's edge line of what are these? These are characters that look really young at some point.
Yeah, and that's a very valid point, except for the fact that unfortunately, I don't think that's actually where the negative stigma comes from.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it is.
I guess it's my sort of perception looking at. Maybe that could be where it comes from.
I don't know that is. I think at this point that
technical porn.
I think at this point that sort of thing has just been so commonplace in a lot of anime that it's not really.
This is the only anime you ever need, buddy.
Okay.
Man, right here.
I don't think that's really even considered in a lot of cases now.